Have you ever looked at your spare change and thought, this penny is probably worth less than the lint in my pocket? Well, guess what? That penny might just be worth a heck of a lot more than you think. And no, I'm not talking about the one your grandma gave you last Christmas that's probably still sitting in the bottom of your drawer. I'm talking about the 2009 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that's making some serious waves in the collector world. And get this, it could be worth up to $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, million with an M. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare treasure and maybe, just maybe, find one of your own hiding in. Okay, let's dive in. The 2009 Lincoln penny with no mint mark isn't just any ordinary penny. It's got a fascinating backstory that's as interesting as finding a $20 bill in your coat pocket when you thought you were broke. See, in 2009, the U.S. Mint released 4 different designs to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Now, here's the twist. Normally, pennies made at the Philadelphia Mint are stamped with a little p mint mark. But for reasons still debated, some of the 2009 pennies came out without any mint mark at all. Here's where it gets even juicier. This particular era coin, the 2009 no mint mark penny, wasn't noticed right away. It was only years later that collectors and coin enthusiasts started realizing, wait a minute, this penny doesn't have a mint mark. Could it be a rare mistake? And as it turns out, it absolutely is. So, how do you spot one? It's actually pretty simple. First, check for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side of the penny. If it's a regular 2009 penny, it should either have a D or P. If there's nothing, bingo! You've got yourself a potential gold mine. Now, let's talk money. A standard 2009 penny is worth, well, about 1 cent. But the no mint mark variety? Depending on its condition and whether it has any other errors, it can fetch anywhere from a couple of $100 to a mind-blowing $1.8 million. Yeah, that's right, $1.8 million for a coin that's been rolling around in your pocket for who knows how long. This isn't a joke. One of these rare pennies sold for $1.8 million at auction, and that wasn't just a one-time fluke. There are several people out there who are hunting for these things like it's the next big thing in the treasure hunt game. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this guy just trying to get me to dig through my change jar? Well, maybe. But hey, I've had my own personal experience with finding rare coins. One time, I stumbled upon a 1943 steel penny in my change, and let me tell you, I didn't know whether to jump for joy or faint. Sure, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was still worth more than a regular penny. Moral of the story? You never know what's lurking in your spare change until you take a second look. And that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's a bit like a treasure hunt, just without the map and pirates. You've got to keep your eyes peeled for those rare finds that could be worth way more than face value. So, what can you take away from all of this? First, always check your pennies. I mean, who knows? That little copper coin you just tossed in your junk drawer could make you a millionaire. Second, don't just take my word for it. Start looking for these rarities yourself. It's not every day that you come across a $1.8 million coin, but it doesn't hurt to keep your eyes peeled. You could be the next lucky coin hunter. And hey, if you want more tips on how to spot valuable coins and learn strategies to collect like a pro, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You never know, your next video could be the one that teaches you about the next big coin worth thousands, or even millions. /1966 Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny coin, particularly the version with no mint mark. We'll take a deep dive into its history, rarity, and current market value, which, believe it or not, could be worth millions of dollars. Now, many of us are familiar with the classic Abraham Lincoln design featured on the front of the penny, but the 1966 version, especially one with no mint mark, is a whole different story. It's not just a coin you might find in your pocket change, it's a rare specimen that collectors are eagerly searching for. So let's break down why this coin is so valuable and how much it could be worth today. Historical significance of the 1966 Lincoln penny first. Let's talk about the 1966 Lincoln penny's background. The design of the Lincoln cent has remained largely unchanged since 1909, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait featured on the obverse and the famous wheat ears on the reverse. However, in 1959, the reverse of the penny was redesigned to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this continued through the 1960s. In 1966, the United States Mint produced a large number of pennies. Typically, the mint mark on coins indicates which facility the coin was produced at, either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. In most cases, the 1966 penny was struck with a mint mark, usually a D for Denver. However, some 1966 pennies were produced without a mint mark, which was a result of the minting process during that time. This no mint mark variety is particularly intriguing because it is believed that these coins may have been produced at the Philadelphia Mint. While the Philadelphia Mint did not regularly add mint marks to coins struck there, the rarity of the no mint mark 1966 penny makes it highly sought after by collectors today. The value of the 1966 no mint mark penny comes down to its rarity, condition, and demand. Generally, coins with no mint mark tend to be rarer because mint marks help identify the production facility, and minting anomalies like this increase a coin's desirability among collectors. The fact that these pennies were produced without mint marks adds a unique feature to their story and makes them stand out in the world of numismatics. Another factor contributing to its value is the condition of the coin. As with any rare coin, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. A 1966 penny in excellent condition with minimal wear can command a significantly higher price than one that's seen a lot of circulation. So, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1966 no mint mark penny in great shape, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Current market value of the 1966 no mint mark penny. So, what is the current market value of a 1966 no mint mark penny? Let's dive into the numbers. In general, a well-worn or circulated 1966 no mint mark penny may only be worth a few dollars. You could expect to see prices around $5 to $10 for such coins, depending on their condition. However, when we start talking about coins in higher grades, such as those that are in mint state or uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. Some of these rarer specimens have been sold at auctions for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1966 no mint mark penny in uncirculated condition could fetch anywhere from $200 to $500 or more, depending on its grade and appeal to collectors. If you come across a 1966 penny in pristine, near perfect condition, it could potentially sell for even more. In some cases, these pennies can be worth as much as $1,000 or more to the right buyer, especially if they are verified as a unique variety or possess any additional characteristics that set them apart. But here's the big surprise. Some of these rare 1966 no mint mark pennies have the potential to be worth millions of dollars if they are in near perfect condition and have been authenticated by reputable grading services. Though the $1 million value is an extremely rare exception, it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility for exceptionally well-preserved specimens. Identifying a 1966 no mint mark penny is relatively straightforward once you know what to look for. First, check the obverse of the coin, where you'll find Abraham Lincoln's portrait. You'll see the year 1966 prominently displayed. Then, carefully inspect the area below the date, where the mint mark would typically be located. If you find no mint mark, you're looking at a 1966 no mint mark penny. Be sure to also assess the condition of the coin. Coins that have been well preserved or never circulated are usually considered more valuable. If your 1966 penny appears to be well worn with heavy scratches or discoloration, its value might be lower, but it's still worth hanging on to for the historical significance and rarity. Is your 1966 no mint mark penny worth $1 million? In conclusion, the 1966 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a valuable and rare coin in the world of numismatics. While most of these pennies are worth a modest amount, anywhere from a few dollars to a couple $100, coins in exceptional condition can command thousands of dollars, and on rare occasions, a pristine specimen could be worth millions. So, next time you're flipping through your spare change, take a moment to examine your pennies, especially the ones from 1966. With a little luck, you could stumble upon a hidden treasure worth far more than face value. 1965 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, an incredibly rare piece of American history that's worth far more than its face value. If you're a coin collector or just interested in rare and valuable coins, this video will be one to watch. Let's start by discussing the basics of the 1965 Lincoln penny and why it stands out in the world of numismatics. The 1965 Lincoln penny is part of the United States cent series, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the traditional wheat reverse, which was used until 1958. However, in 1965, the U.S. Mint made a change and started producing pennies with a redesigned reverse, showing the Lincoln Memorial. This specific coin, the 1965 Lincoln penny, has no mint mark. For collectors, a no mint mark coin means it was struck in Philadelphia, as coins without mint marks were traditionally produced there. This is an essential point because a mint mark, or the lack thereof, can play a significant role in determining a coin's rarity and value. The mystery behind the value at first glance, a 1965 Lincoln penny may seem like a simple, common coin. After all, millions of these pennies were produced. However, the value of a coin isn't determined just by how many were made. It's about the rarity, condition, and any unique variations. For the 1965 no mint mark penny, the story changes. While these pennies were mass-produced, some subtle errors and unique characteristics make certain 1965 pennies incredibly valuable. For example, there are known cases where the penny was struck with a slightly off-center die, creating a variety that is much rarer than regular versions of the coin. Moreover, like with most rare coins, the condition matters. Coins in mint or near-mint condition can be worth significantly more than those with wear and tear. So, if you find a 1965 penny that looks like it was just struck yesterday, it could be worth far more than the standard 1-cent value. In terms of market value, the 1965 no mint mark penny can range in value depending on its condition. For a regular, circulated penny, you might be looking at a value just slightly above 1 cent, perhaps a few cents more. But for those that are in excellent condition or have certain error types, the value can increase substantially. A well-preserved 1965 no mint mark penny could be valued anywhere from $1 to $10 or more, especially if it has unique features like a double die or off-center strike. These small details can make a big difference when it comes to the price you can expect to receive for a coin like this. So, where does the $1 million value come into play? Well, in the world of coin collecting, it's not just about how many coins were minted. It's about the unique mistakes and rare characteristics that can turn an otherwise ordinary penny into a highly sought-after collector's item. While the 1965 no mint mark penny itself might not directly hit the $1 million mark in most cases, coins with exceptional errors or rarities can reach mind-boggling values. For example, there are cases where rare error coins or uncirculated versions of famous coins, like the 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny or the 1943 copper penny, have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. While the 1965 penny may not have reached those extremes yet, a well-preserved or error-struck example could fetch thousands, and if you get really lucky, you might have a coin that's worth far more than you'd expect. A well-preserved 1965 no mint mark penny can be worth significantly more than a heavily worn coin. Uncirculated examples are always more valuable. While millions were minted, certain errors or characteristics make specific 1965 pennies rare and more valuable. Like any collectible, if there's high demand for a specific coin or error variety, the value can spike dramatically. Historical significance. As the 1965 Lincoln penny is tied to a specific period in U.S. history, especially with the change from the wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Historical interest can further increase its desirability. To identify a potentially valuable 1965 no mint mark penny, check the following. Condition. Look for coins in near mint condition. Coins that are uncirculated, with no signs of wear, have the highest value. Look for error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or other unique characteristics. Professional grading. If you suspect you have a rare or valuable 1965 penny, it might be worth getting it professionally graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A higher grade can significantly increase the coin's value. In conclusion, while a standard 1965 no-mint mark penny might not make you a millionaire, certain rare varieties, especially those with errors, could lead to a substantial return on your investment. With careful attention to condition, rarity, and any potential mistakes, you could very well be holding on to a penny that's worth far more than 1 cent. Remember, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and sometimes a coin that seems common can turn out to be worth a lot more than expected. So, keep an eye out for those rare finds, and who knows? Maybe your next 1965 penny could be worth thousands, or even more. 1986 Lincoln 1 cent penny without a mint mark. It may look like a simple penny, but this coin can be worth a fortune in the right condition. In this video, we're going to explore the potential market value of this coin and why it might just be worth $1 million. So grab your magnifying glass, because we're going on a treasure hunt. The 1986 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that often gets overlooked, but for collectors and investors, it's anything but ordinary. You might have one of these pennies tucked away in your pocket change, but the key to understanding its value lies in its rarity and specific characteristics. Let's start with the basics. The 1986 Lincoln penny was minted in the United States, but what makes it special is the absence of a mint mark on the coin. Now, typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but pennies from other mints like Denver or San Francisco do. The 1986 coin, without a mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia. While this may sound like a typical coin, the truth is, certain 1986 pennies with the no mint mark feature have become incredibly valuable. Now you might be wondering, what makes the 1986 no mint mark penny so valuable? Well, this coin stands out because of its rarity in high-grade conditions. The 1986 penny isn't the rarest in terms of mintage, but certain flaws, such as a misstrike, double die errors, or other unique characteristics, can significantly increase its value. Collectors actively seek these errors because they add to the coin's rarity and desirability. For example, a 1986 penny that was poorly struck, showing uneven or distorted features, could fetch a higher price at auction. Some collectors specialize in these error coins, and the more unique the error, the more money it can command. Close-up shots demonstrating how to check for errors or special features. Now, how do you know if your 1986 penny is worth more than its face value? Well, here's what you need to look for. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition are highly sought after. Look for coins with little to no wear. If the penny has a shiny, new appearance, it's more likely to fetch a higher price. Error coins, keep an eye out for coins with misprints, such as double dies or off-center strikes. A coin with these errors can often be worth thousands, depending on the severity and visibility of the flaw. While 1986 pennies were minted in large numbers, the rarest varieties, such as those with distinct errors or better quality, are few and far between. Here's where things get exciting. As of now, a typical 1986 no mint mark penny in average circulated condition is worth only 1 cent, the face value. However, when it comes to high-grade coins or error varieties, the value can skyrocket. Some 1986 pennies with rare errors have been sold for hundreds, and in some cases, even thousands of dollars at auction. For instance, if you find an uncirculated 1986 penny in perfect condition, or one with a significant minting error, it could be worth up to $1,000 or more. But here's the kicker. While it's rare, there have been instances where a highly valuable 1986 penny with exceptional features or errors has sold for millions. Yes, millions. It's all about the rarity, the condition, and sometimes, the right buyer willing to pay top dollar for that rare find. So, what do you do if you think your 1986 penny might be worth something more than a penny? The best way to get an accurate evaluation is by taking it to a reputable coin dealer or having it graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations specialize in grading coins and can help you determine the true value of your penny. Once you've had your penny graded, you can decide whether you want to sell it through an auction house, a private sale, or through online marketplaces like eBay. Just make sure you're working with trusted professionals who can authenticate and value your coin correctly. So, there you have it, the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny. A small, seemingly ordinary coin that, depending on its condition and potential errors, could have a surprisingly high market value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting to get into coins, this penny could be hiding in your collection or pocket change, ready to bring you big rewards. If you enjoyed learning about the 1986 penny and its potential to be worth millions, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content. Got a rare coin in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This particular coin has been catching the attention of collectors, investors, and those just beginning their coin hunting journey, thanks to its potential worth in the market today. So let's get into it. The 1989 Lincoln penny is part of the highly collected and iconic Lincoln series, which was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design has gone through various changes, but the face of Lincoln has remained constant. This makes the Lincoln penny one of the most familiar and collectible coins in the United States. However, what sets the 1989 penny apart from others in the series is the lack of a mint mark. Typically, U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark indicating which U.S. mint facility produced them, whether it's the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by no mint mark, the Denver Mint, represented by a D, or the San Francisco Mint, S. In 1989, most of the pennies were minted in Philadelphia, meaning they were struck without a mint mark. This is a significant feature for collectors, as it helps identify the origin and rarity of each coin. Now, let's talk about the market value and potential worth of this particular 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. At face value, a 1989 Lincoln penny is worth, of course, 1 cent. But as we know, the true value of a coin isn't always tied to its face value. A penny's worth can vary based on its condition, rarity, and other factors like errors or misprints. For the 1989 penny, the general market value for one in average circulated condition is pretty close to its face value, typically ranging from 1 to 2 cents, which is far from extraordinary. However, the situation changes when you look at the 1989 penny in mint condition. A coin that is uncirculated and graded as MS65 or higher can be worth a lot more. Depending on the condition, these pennies could fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 at auction or through dealers. While this isn't exactly a jaw-dropping amount, it's a nice return on investment, especially for someone who has kept a few in pristine condition over the years. Now, let's talk about the really exciting part, the potential for these coins to reach into the thousands, or even the $1 million range. While the 1989 no mint mark penny isn't typically found in these high price ranges, certain factors can drive the value up significantly. For example, if a 1989 penny were to contain an unusual error, such as a double die or misstrike, it could become worth a lot more. A double die error, where the design was imprinted twice, could significantly increase the coin's value, potentially reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins with rare errors tend to make headlines at major auctions, and collectors have been known to pay extravagant amounts for coins with unique characteristics. For example, a 1989 penny that is in mint condition, features an error, or has an especially rare misprint could be worth several $1,000s to the right collector. In rare cases, certain errors have caused coins to be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. The key takeaway here is that while the 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark may not be worth a fortune in most cases, there's always the potential for rarity or error to increase its value dramatically. So, if you're going through your collection or if you happen to come across one of these pennies, be sure to inspect it closely for any unique characteristics or possible errors. If you have a 1989 penny that is in exceptional condition, graded high, or if you suspect it might have some rare error, It's definitely worth taking it to a professional coin appraiser or getting it graded by a reputable organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Doubt so. While the 1989 Lincoln penny isn't necessarily a $1 million coin in most cases, it's still a valuable piece of U.S. history. And who knows, you might have one in your collection that could fetch a surprising price. 1991 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you have one of these, you might be sitting on something worth more than just a penny. Stick around as we discuss its current market value and the incredible potential it has in the world of rare coins. Before we jump into the value, let's quickly talk about what makes the 1991 No Mint Mark penny unique. Most pennies from this era are marked with a mint mark indicating where they were produced. The Philadelphia Mint typically produces coins with no mint mark, while other mint locations like Denver or San Francisco add a mint mark to the coin. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced a large number of pennies, but for those that came from Philadelphia, they didn't add a mint mark. This means that when you come across a 1991 penny with no mint mark, it's a coin produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes this penny truly special? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Now, why is this penny worth anything more than just 1 cent? There are a few factors that affect the value of this coin. Like with any collectible item, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. Pennies that have been in circulation for years can show wear and tear. But a coin in excellent condition, without noticeable scratches, discoloration, or other damage, can be worth far more. Coins that are graded in higher while 1991 pennies are not considered rare by standard definition. The lack of a mint mark and the overall condition of some of these coins make them highly sought after by collectors. There aren't many perfect examples left out there, which means the ones that remain are worth more than their face value. The market for rare coins fluctuates based on demand. Coin collectors and enthusiasts are always looking for rare finds, and the 1991 No Mint Mark penny is a coin that some might eagerly seek to complete their collection. So, what's the current market value of a 1991 No Mint Mark penny? The price can vary depending on condition, but here's a general idea of what you might if your 1991 penny has been in circulation and shows signs of wear. It's worth about 1 to 5 cents. These coins aren't going to bring in a lot of money unless they're in exceptional condition for their age. If your penny is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has been well preserved, you could expect it to be worth anywhere from $10 to $30 or more, depending on its quality. If you have a 1991 No Mint Mark penny in MS65 condition or higher, it can be worth $100 to $200 or more. Higher grade coins are prized by collectors and can fetch a premium in auctions or specialized coin markets. Now, let's talk about the $1 million question. Could this penny ever be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely that a 1991 No Mint Mark penny will reach that extreme value, there's always a chance for a high-price sale in the right circumstances. The value of coins skyrockets when they are in pristine condition, and when market trends or interest in a specific coin type surge. So, although the chances of a 1991 No Mint Mark penny reaching $1 million are slim, it's not impossible for a unique, flawless specimen to fetch an unexpectedly high price in the right market. So how do you identify your 1991 No Mint Mark penny? Here's what you need to look for. The coin should clearly say 1991 on the front. Check the reverse side of the coin under the United States of America text. If there's no mint mark, it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Inspect the coin for any signs of wear or damage. Coins in better condition will be worth more. If you have a 1991 No Mint Mark penny and think it might be valuable, the next step is to get it graded. The best way to know its true worth is by having it evaluated by a professional grading service. These companies will inspect the coin for its condition, assign it a grade, and give you an official report on its value. Popular grading services include the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, and Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Once graded, you can sell it through various online platforms, coin auctions, or to local dealers. Always make sure you research the best channels to sell rare coins to maximize your return. To wrap it up, the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't worth millions today, but it's definitely a coin worth keeping an eye on, especially if you have one in excellent condition. Depending on its grade, it could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. If you've got one, it might be time to check its condition and see if it's a rare gem in your collection. That's all for today's video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin-related content, and leave a comment if you have any questions or if you've got one of these pennies. 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. We'll be discussing its rarity, why it's so valuable, and most importantly, what the current market value is for this coin, which could very well surprise you. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly makes this 1994 penny so special? Well, to start, the US Mint produces most of its coins with a mint mark to identify where they were made. The 1994 penny, however, is one of those exceptions. It doesn't carry any mint mark, making it a coin that collectors actively seek. But why does the absence of the mint mark make this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. The 1994 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, as designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which was used on the penny until 2008. This specific penny was produced in large numbers, as usual, but the important part here is the lack of a mint mark. While most pennies minted in 1994 came from either the Philadelphia or Denver mints, which are marked with P or D, respectively, the 1994 penny with no mint mark is typically assumed to have come from the Philadelphia Mint. Though the official reason for the lack of mint mark remains a bit of a mystery, what's interesting is that the 1994 no mint mark penny is not a rare coin by itself. In fact, millions of them were produced. But due to some minor errors in production and the curious lack of mint mark, this particular penny has gained attention in the coin collecting community, driving its market value up. Now, you may be wondering, how can a penny that was mass-produced suddenly become valuable? Well, rarity and demand are two crucial factors in determining the value of any coin. The 1994 no mint mark penny is considered valuable primarily because of its uniqueness. While the US Mint typically marks coins with a mint identifier, there are instances where errors like missing mint marks can create interest among collectors. Additionally, the 1994 penny was produced in a high volume, meaning most of them in circulation are still in good condition. However, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition or one that exhibits any unique characteristics could increase its worth even more. For example, if your penny has certain characteristics, like a higher degree of luster or no obvious signs of wear, it could fetch a higher price. So, what is the current market value of the 1994 no mint mark penny? Well, let's break it down. If you happen to find a 1994 penny that's in average circulation condition, it's probably worth around 1 to 2 cents, which is the face value, and that's not much. However, as we mentioned, the real value comes from the condition of the coin and the rarity of any particular features it might have. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with no signs of wear can reach much higher values in the market. A 1994 no mint mark penny in mint condition, graded MS65 or higher, could sell for anywhere between $10 to $30, depending on its specific features, such as the quality of its strike and the overall appeal. But here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to have a particularly rare specimen, with exceptional features or maybe a unique variety, you could see the value rise even further. Coins with unique errors or those in flawless, near-perfect condition have been known to sell for hundreds, and sometimes even more. In some cases, collectors have paid over $1,000 for a 1994 no mint mark penny with a significant error or particularly rare characteristics. So, can this penny reach $1 million price tag? The short answer is no, not at this point. The 1994 no mint mark penny is certainly valuable, but it's unlikely to hit the $1 million mark unless it has some incredibly rare and unique feature that is almost impossible to find. Most coins that are worth millions are rarer still, often with significant errors or unique historical context. However, you should never say never when it comes to coin collecting. The market is always evolving, And as more collectors become aware of these rare finds, the value of certain coins can increase dramatically over time. So, while $1 million value might not be on the horizon for the 1994 no-mint mark penny right now, that doesn't mean the right coin in exceptional condition won't fetch a pretty penny in the future. To sum it up, the 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is an interesting and valuable coin for collectors, particularly due to its rarity, unique characteristics, and potential for exceptional condition. While it's not worth millions of dollars at the moment, coins in mint condition or those with special features can certainly fetch a premium. If you happen to have one of these in your collection, it might be worth having it evaluated by a professional numismatist or getting it graded by a reputable grading company to determine its market value. 2001 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. At first glance, the 2001 penny might seem like any other regular copper-plated coin. But here's where it gets interesting. The 2001 no-mint mark penny is one of those rare, overlooked gems that could be worth much more than face value. The 2001 penny was part of the standard issue for that year, produced at various U.S. mint facilities. Normally, you would expect to see a mint mark indicating which mint the coin was struck at, like the D4 Denver or P4 Philadelphia. But this specific penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and doesn't carry any mint mark. So why is it so valuable? Due to its lack of a mint mark, the 2001 penny has become a key piece for collectors. Now, this doesn't mean that all 2001 no-mint mark pennies are worth millions, but the rarity of these coins, especially in mint condition, has driven up their value. A coin's condition and its rarity are two major factors that influence its market worth. Typically, you can find a 2001 no-mint mark penny in circulation for around 1 cent, the face value. However, if you happen to come across one in uncirculated or proof condition, you might have a much more valuable coin on your hands. In the highest grades, such as MS-65 or higher, these coins can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on the market and demand. But if you've got a well-preserved specimen with impeccable details and shine, you could see values climbing even higher. Now let's talk big numbers. While the 2001 no-mint mark penny isn't quite at the $1 million level like some of the rarest coins in history, there have been certain auctions where these pennies have sold for up to $100 or more. That's a pretty impressive profit from just one penny, isn't it? So if you happen to find one of these coins in your collection, it's worth holding on to, especially if it's in excellent condition. The market for rare pennies continues to grow, and these no-mint mark coins are only getting rarer as time goes on. Finding a rare 2001 no-mint mark penny might take some effort, but with the right knowledge and a little luck, you might just discover a hidden treasure worth hundreds, or even more. 2008 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. You might have seen one of these coins in your pocket change and thought nothing of it, but did you know that this penny could actually be worth a lot more than its face value? That's right. Some of these coins are worth thousands, and in rare cases, even millions of dollars. So, if you've got one of these coins in your collection, or even in your change jar, keep watching. Let's start with the basics. The 2008 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of a series commemorating the 16th President of the United States. The design features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a representation of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which has been the standard for the penny since 1959. But what makes the 2008 penny special, especially the ones without a mint mark? For context, pennies are usually minted in one of the U.S. mint facilities located in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Most coins will have a mint mark to indicate where they were made, but the 2008 penny without a mint mark is where the mystery begins. Now you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, in 2008, the U.S. Mint made an interesting decision. They released a batch of pennies that were struck in Philadelphia but didn't carry the usual P mint mark. As a result, these no mint mark pennies are considered a rare error coin. Not all 2008 pennies are without a mint mark, but the ones that are without the P are the ones we're talking about today. So, how much is this penny worth? Well, that depends on a few factors. First off, a 2008 penny with no mint mark in average condition may only be worth slightly more than face value, maybe a few cents above its original worth. But as with many rare coins, its value skyrockets when it's in excellent or uncirculated condition. Right now, a 2008 no-mint mark penny in good condition can range from $1 to $10 depending on the demand from collectors. However, for one that's in mint condition, uncirculated, or with rare characteristics like double die errors, the price can rise significantly. Some of these special coins have been sold at auction for over $100,000 in recent years. But that's not all. There have even been reports of some 2008 no-mint mark pennies fetching up to $1 million. Now, this is extremely rare, and these high values are typically linked to coins with unique features, such as errors or other conditions that make them highly desirable to collectors. The bottom line is, if you've got a 2008 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition or one with a significant error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. So, how do you know if your 2008 penny is worth this much? Well, start by checking its condition. Look for any signs of wear and tear, as coins that are well preserved fetch much higher prices. Then, look closely for any minting errors. A double die, where the image appears more than once on the coin, is a major factor that increases its value. Remember, it's not just about finding one of these rare pennies, it's about knowing what to look for. If you come across a 2008 penny with no mint mark, carefully inspect it for any unusual characteristics. If you think your penny might be rare, consider having it professionally graded and appraised by a trusted numismatic expert. A certified coin can be worth far more in the right market. In conclusion, the 2008 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like just another coin, but when you look closer, you'll see that it could be worth a lot more than you think. Whether it's a few dollars or potentially even millions, this is a coin you definitely want to pay attention to. And don't forget to keep an eye on your change. You never know what rare treasures might be hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more rare coin discoveries. Do you have a 2008 no-mint mark penny, or any other rare coins in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This penny is not just your average cent piece. It's a coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike due to its rarity and potential value. So stick around as we dive deep into its history, how it stands out from other pennies, and most importantly, the market value it holds today. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Let's get started. To start, let's first break down what makes this 2013 penny so special. If you've been collecting coins for any amount of time, you know that mint marks are an important feature. Most coins have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, either at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted with no mint mark, the Denver Mint, denoted with a D, or the San Francisco Mint, denoted with an S. Now, in the case of the 2013 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, it's the no mint mark version that stands out. These coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but here's the catch. These coins were supposed to have a mint mark, but due to an error in production, they were released without one, making them a rare find. The process behind the creation of these 2013 no mint mark pennies is quite interesting. Initially, in 2013, the U.S. Mint intended for pennies produced in Philadelphia to carry a P mint mark. However, due to a production error, the coins that were minted in Philadelphia that year were mistakenly struck without the mint mark. This small but significant oversight is what makes these pennies so valuable today. This error is not just a simple mistake, it was a rare occurrence that wasn't repeated in the following years. So, as time passes, the scarcity of these no mint mark pennies becomes more pronounced, adding to their collectability. Now, let's talk about the real question on everyone's mind: what's this coin worth? The current market value for a 2013 no mint mark penny can vary, but it generally holds a premium over standard pennies. While regular 2013 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the 2013 no mint mark penny has a market value that can range significantly depending on its condition. In typical circulated condition, it might fetch anywhere from $10 to $30, especially if it's in good shape. However, if you find one in mint or near mint condition, the price can rise dramatically. The most valuable versions of this coin, especially those graded by professional numismatic services like PCGS or NGC, can reach upwards of $100 or even more. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Coins like this, due to their rarity and collectible nature, have been known to go for significantly higher amounts at auctions or in private sales, sometimes even reaching the thousands in exceptional cases. Yes, a 2013 no-mint mark penny could potentially go into the thousands, but that's usually reserved for coins that have been graded as nearly flawless, such as those in MS65 or higher condition. So, what factors determine the value of these coins? Well, there are a few key aspects that play a role. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and well-defined features will fetch a higher price. The fact that this coin was struck without a mint mark makes it rare. As time passes and fewer of these coins are in circulation, their rarity increases. Like any collectible, if the demand is high, so will be the price. A growing number of collectors looking for this coin can push the price even higher. Having your coin graded and certified by professional services like PCGS or NGC can greatly increase its market value, as it assures buyers of the coin's authenticity and condition. Future outlook and investment potential. Looking ahead, the 2013 no-mint mark penny holds a lot of potential as an investment. With the increasing interest in era coins and the unique nature of this penny, it's likely that its value will continue to rise over time. As with any rare coin, the longer you hold onto it, the more its value could increase, especially as fewer of these coins remain in good condition. So, for all you collectors out there, this is one penny you might want to keep your eyes on. As the years go by, the demand for rare era coins like the 2013 no-mint mark penny will only continue to grow, and that could mean a significant return on investment for those who have managed to find one. To wrap things up, the 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is far more than just a simple penny. Its rarity, combined with the fascinating era in production, makes it a highly sought-after piece for collectors. Whether you're looking to add it to your collection or hoping for a return on investment, this is one coin that holds real potential in the market. If you have one of these pennies, or you've recently come across one, be sure to have it assessed. With proper care and the right grading, you might just be sitting on a small treasure. 2017 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You may have come across this coin in your collection, or even found it in your pocket change. But did you know that this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth much more than face value? In this video, we'll explore its current market value, and reveal whether it could potentially be worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition and rarity. Let's start with the basics. The 2017 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. This coin is part of the regular circulating issue, meaning it was produced to fulfill the demand for everyday transactions. However, unlike some years where pennies are minted in lower quantities or with special features, the 2017 D penny is not particularly rare in terms of mintage numbers. In fact, millions of these coins were produced, which typically means they would have little to no premium over their face value. The US Mint produced over 5 billion pennies in 2017, so you might be wondering, what makes this coin special enough to consider its market value? Well, while the 2017 D penny may not be rare in terms of quantity, certain factors can significantly impact its worth. First and foremost, the condition of the coin is crucial. The 2017 D penny, like all coins, follows a grading scale. Coins are graded based on their physical appearance, and pennies in exceptional, uncirculated conditions can fetch a higher value. A coin that is in mint state, with no visible wear, scratches, or damage, is highly sought after by collectors. In fact, a 2017 D penny in perfect, uncirculated condition can be worth anywhere from 5 to 10 times its face value. Now, here's where things get interesting. While most of the 2017 D pennies you come across might be worth just a few cents above face value, there are certain rare variations and errors that can push the price into the hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. For instance, if you happen to find a 2017 D penny with a minting error, like a double die or a significant misstrike, it can dramatically increase its market value. These kinds of mistakes, though extremely rare, are highly prized among collectors. Some of these error pennies, when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for hundreds of dollars, or even more, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. At recent auctions, examples of error pennies from various years have sold for up to $500 or more, with some rare varieties reaching into the thousands. But even without an error, a perfect, well-preserved 2017 D penny could still fetch a nice sum, especially if it's graded as MS67 or higher by a professional grading service. Professional coin grading is an important step for collectors, as it determines the official grade of the coin and can significantly impact its value. A certified MS67 or MS68 2017 D penny can be worth anywhere from $20 to $50 on the open market, depending on the demand at any given time. But what about a $1 million coin? Can a 2017 D penny really be worth that much? Well, while it's highly unlikely that a 2017 D penny will hit the $1 million mark anytime soon, there are still plenty of other pennies throughout history that have reached extraordinary values due to rarity, historical significance, and condition. So, unless you find an exceptionally rare minting error, the value of a 2017 D penny is most likely going to hover around a few dollars in the best cases. So, what is the bottom line for the 2017 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny? While the vast majority of these coins are worth only their face value, if you come across one in mint condition, or one with a rare minting error, it could certainly be worth more than just a penny. And while it's unlikely to hit $1 million status, it's always fun to explore the potential treasures hidden in your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins and how to identify them, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.